Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. Can I try to show you some nice fall weather here? It's been a little rainy and blustery and haily recently around here at these parts, Washington, Western Washington, and so I'm just gonna wait for a second before I head down. You know, every single time you have nice weather. Actually, I think I'm gonna go back this way. I'm gonna go an alternate route here. Every time you have nice weather, you always have lots of people out and about walking around. That's fine. People are great. I love people. Generally speaking, of course, as you know. But, as you also know, people don't like to be filmed. And I don't like to have to go through the rigmarole of accidentally catching them on camera and then having to. So, I make it a point not to film people unless they are part of the video. As you all know this stuff very well. But yes, indeed, it's not that I'm a especially people-oriented person, but I do love people in general. And wow, look at that! Wow, that's some fall Wonderland stuff right over here. Okay. Yes, this rear driveway exit. This has always been an area that I've tended to not spend a heck of a lot of time around. The house I'm at, but it's very nice. A while back I made an awesome, let me go this way I think. A while back I made an awesome clown video. So you guys saw this neck of this. I've been down this street many times before, I think, in my videos. You guys probably remember this road, but yes, the video itself I think was great. And as it was today, I was just like, you know what? I have got to get out and exercise a little bit. And I've got to make a video. So, there we go. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go. And tried to show you some nice fall scenery here. And really, honestly, folks, I'm in a great mood. I'm in a good mood. I've taken care of some stuff in the past that was a little bit stressful to quite a bit stressful. All kinds of stuff. I probably only mentioned like a fourth of everything I've dealt with. But things have been pretty awesome recently. I'm not looking forward to things getting more stressful. I am looking forward, of course, to making more money, which definitely will happen. I can mention more about that, all that stuff in a bit. Anyway. Amazon. I'm stopping here. No, I'm just pulling over. Okay. I think I'm going to try to go down that street and have the cool looking houses. Of course, you won't see the lights and stuff because this is the daytime. But you have to pardon that Amazon driver. He seems to think that playing his music very loud is something we all enjoy. Some of us, maybe. Goodness knows, I've been around that hard rock element before and stuff. Anyway. It's not always the music, folks. It's just how loud you play it. When it comes to all that stuff. It's not always the music. It's just, people just don't give a rip. When they play it that loud and you're driving somewhere. Okay. Well, actually, is this the road? Yeah, that's just up this ways a little bit. It has some of the houses that I was admiring, but it's not for a bit here. now I'm able to kind of get out and about here before it gets too dark. It isn't always the case with my schedule. Well, you know, it was so hot for a while. Well, fairly hot. And then of course, we had the issue with all the fires on the West Coast, and so you weren't supposed to be outside, and it's COVID-19. And then we had the hail. So I can definitely understand everybody wanting to get outside now. So if I'm surrounded by people walking about, that's probably why. Yeah. Oh yeah. Blue greyhounds. You know, the funny thing is, it has to do with the name of this road. I've never really thought about the name of this road. I've lived here for so long. Kid you not, let's go up to the sign post here. Let's show you what I mean here a little bit. Oh boy, got a lot of pedestrians here. So this is 243rd and 24th. This is Dunlop and 23rd. I mean, you know, I guess I've gotten used to all these crazy signposts. And I have some in my hometown, you know, being from University Place, Washington. We definitely have some of those oddball street intersections. Definitely more than a few. Just west of Tacoma, my hometown. So, I don't know, you know, I mean, like, what do you make of that sign? Which ways, if you weren't familiar with the area, which way is Dunlop, which way is 23rd, which way, you know, I've never even bothered with which one's which. I just know that I know the road that goes to my house, and I know the main arterial names of roads, and then probably some other ones. But, you know, and the funny thing about the whole naming of roads, by the way, and just roads in general. You know, when I was a little boy, I would memorize this stuff. I still kind of do, but I mean, it was something I just habitually, subconsciously did. Memorize every single road. I was like only 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the roads in order. You know, certainly the arterials, but all the, you know, I would draw maps of cities. I was fascinated by urban planning. I always have been to some extent familiar, but maybe more in younger years. But yeah, it still interests me a lot. It's something I don't always mention this, but so basically, oh, these are some of the houses that nighttime a while back I was showing you guys. You kind of see them, not this side so much, but it's the right side, these older houses, but like this one, I was very fond of this one. That one. Very nice house. Very nice house. You always have to be careful about filming this stuff because, yes. But at least you know what it looks like. So, but yeah, I was just so into, I don't know, just memorizing where I lived and all the streets and everything. So you would think, oh, that's because I don't want to get lost. I always know where I'm at. That's just a practical reason. The real reason was more aesthetic. It was more about the design of cities. It's more about, yeah, just dipole kind of thing, just exploring your world kind of thing. Was I, anyway. But yeah, it's handy if you get lost. It's not because of an Eagle Scout. There's all that stuff. I know. It's fine. Anyway, so I'm just basically enjoying the walk here. There's nothing really particular on my mind, but I have had times recently where I've had these flashbacks, memories of when I was younger, and oftentimes the general train of thought has been, boy, it's true. The world moves along at a rapid pace. It seems like a lot of people, majority of people, are just not. They don't think like I do, and I can't say. Well, I don't know. There are some fun memories I've had of the past, but it's often colored by stuff that isn't so fun. That's just the way life has been. The house is so interesting that way. So my mom hates purple colors. Anything remotely purple she can't stand. Even if it's toned down like that. Kind of lavenderish thing with kind of a maroon type trim, I guess, magenta maroon. I'm like, purple houses. It's not purple. It's just a real light orchidy purple color. What's the big deal? But even if it is purple, I mean, the heck, man. This gets into my whole homeowners association thing, right? I hate HOAs. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. If you have a house, you own a house, paying a mortgage, you should be able to paint your darn house whatever color you want it to be. It should be like orange and purple and pink. Be a landmark in the neighborhood. People should be nice to those folks. You should always be nice to your neighbors. I can see people getting upset about having poop in your yard that isn't taken care of and stuff, but I mean, come on now. That's a new house going up. Fortunately, it's kind of more unique looking as houses go. Also, one of the reasons, folks, why I sometimes do walks in the evening, but at night, I try to avoid filming people. See, there's a lot of people out and about, and I just make it a point not to film people whenever I can avoid it. And so far so good. I haven't had any misguided arguments yet. People are kind of idiots, to be honest. Some people, and I just, just a matter of time before somebody's an idiot. But I don't know. That's not a pleasant kind of thought, so. But yeah, I mean, most of the time I'm doing these walking type videos, it's in the evening. I'm trying to have some peace and quiet and trying to do my own thing. Anyway, but yeah, my mom just can't stand those, or it doesn't have to be purple, it can be orange, bright orange. Not like a creamy orange, like a bright orange. She can't stand those colors. I'm like, Mom, what's the big deal? It's actually kind of nice looking. It's variety, it's personality. If you have a purple personality, you can have a purple house. If you have a periwinkle personality, you have a periwinkle house. Bright periwinkle, cerulean blue. And she, she's okay with greens and blues, I guess. But my parents are so conservative, but I love them. I myself, as you guys know, I'm conservative too, but I'm more prone to, at least as far as color, be a little bit more adventurous, I guess you could say. I've always been that way, but yeah. My favorite color when I was younger, when I was like 12, 13, right in that range. It's orange. It's orange. Definitely, I remember when before then, before that time period, it was probably the green-blue range. Green and blue. It was orange for a few years. And then it went to, slowly but surely, went to a green and purple kind of thing. And it was purple, I think, for, I don't know how long, almost the rest of my life. So this is the house that has all the cool colors at night. That guy. I love those guys. I don't even know why. I just love the way they do their house. You can kind of tell a lot about a person based on how they, just how the house looks. And if they rent, it's not always what the room looks like. You can't always tell that much about somebody, but it's really if they're a homeowner, you can tell what they're like. But this is why I don't like HOAs, because you strip people of their individuality. It's this conformist thing. I can understand, again, you want to take care of stuff that's in the best interest of everybody. But again, color schemes of houses, heck no. We don't have much of a sidewalk here, so I'm going to wait here just a sec. Okay. We just need some sidewalks. I don't know. See, the funny thing is, this isn't really. So it's not technically. This is not Kenmore. It's not Lake Forest Park. I guess it's Brier, but it's like there's kind of this no man's land between Brier and Lake Forest Park and Kenmore. That's like, is this just like, is this Snohomish County or King County? Is this Lake Forest Park, Brier, or Kenmore? What's going on here? That's probably why we don't have any sidewalks around here. But I grew up, folks. I grew up in an area that didn't have sidewalks. Where I grew up in University Place. This University Place is a little different now. It's definitely a bit more dotted up, more flowers at intersections and stuff. But I grew up when University Place was unincorporated for a while. It wasn't even it's part of Pierce County. And I mean, we had a school district that was the University Place School District, but we had the Pierce County Sheriff. We didn't have our own police, so we didn't have our own police department. We had a fire station. There were a lot of things we just didn't have. When we started having them, everybody was like, "Oh, we're going to spend more taxes." It's always taxes. And I remember this is all when I was like in my early teens, somewhere. I kind of like the idea. I like the idea of getting incorporated. University Place back then, but it was, well, there have been a few things that didn't go so well, but overall it was probably the best option. But yeah, it doesn't bother me so much. I don't have sidewalks. It's like that's how I grew up, but I don't know. Anyway. So here's that awesome house again. Okay. Well, it's a great day to be out. So again, I can't blame anybody else for wanting to be out right now. And this was probably, at least for today, probably the best time to be out and about. My favorite type of weather, by the way, is definitely 50s. Definitely 50s. No colder than 40-ish. But I can handle weather that's colder than that. Sure, I can handle Russia. Yeah, I could take maybe Russia. Russia's hardcore, but I can handle some cold. Get down to the 30s and 20s. My favorite weather is between like 50, maybe mid 40s, but 50 50 on up to 70. 50 to 70 is perfect for me. Doesn't need to go beyond 70 for me. This is why I'm a Washingtonian. This is why, at least weather-wise, why I like Washington, this area of Washington. It fits me very well. At least especially weather-wise. Yeah. This is a nice house. So these are some of the houses that I was talking about in earlier videos. Maybe one video in particular that you guys didn't get to see so well because it's dark. Mixed feelings about more houses, but yeah. I guess more houses are good, I guess. It's always a mixed bag. Just means more traffic and demands on infrastructure. You've heard that all. You know what I'm talking about. All that whole thing. Now, let's see here. What else is on my mind? Well, I've been watching on YouTube a fair bit of Martin Mull. It's great to discover these long lost, so to speak, actors and comedians. In this case, he was really more in his prime, right before I was born, in the 70s. He did some stuff in the 80s. I know he's kind of older now. He's still around, I think. Just kind of older. But Martin Mull, I mean, he's just an amazing guy. And, you know, I'm also watching a little bit more basketball type stuff. So a little bit nostalgic recently. I guess a little bit more nostalgic for younger years, perhaps. In a way. It's true that when you do get a little bit older, at whatever age I think older means, whatever that means, especially when you're done with at least undergrad college, or when you're done getting your 30s and beyond, I think there are times when you think back on earlier times. Everybody does this, and I think we all see those times probably in general, I think a little bit more positively than they really were. Well, we try to remember the best stuff, I think, and we try to forget the not so good stuff. And for me, it's kind of, well, of course, it's hard to, it's also human nature to kind of remember the stuff that's most memorable. The things that people, like when I was praised for something, someone said I did amazing on something. I, won a school spelling bee, and I, did really good at the Boy Scout, like, athletic competition or something. These are the kinds of things that stay in your memory more. Some other things too, sure. It's generally it's like times when you're spending time with people that you really were good friends with, and you might still be good friends with them. And if you're not good friends with them, it's been a while since you talked to them, so it's like, but those are the things I tend to want to remember more. And those are the kinds of things that come back I'm probably going to see this happening more and more in the future, and I've wondered, well, is this, a sidewalk, amazing. I've wondered, I've wondered sometimes, is this, how different am I from other people this way? Am I different from other people? Am I kind of same? Because we all kind of want to be different. We also don't want to be weird. We also want to be kind of the same. We don't want to be peculiar. We don't want to have our best years. We don't want to dwell too much in the past. We don't want to, we want to be in the moment. Sure, but I don't know. I think it's not necessarily wanting to be younger. It's not like that. It's more of a kind of a, if I went back into this place this time, what would I have done differently, or how would I have done things differently? And that's probably the question that, gonna keep asking myself as I get older. It's probably gonna ask the question more and more. I would have done this differently. I totally would have done this. I would have done this completely differently. What was I thinking? You know, that I know that desire is pretty universal. I can definitely say that. But I thought I did pretty well overall. People had a problem with me, that's their own darn fault. I mean, like, unless I was doing something completely evil, you know, I tend to stick up for myself a lot. I'm like, yeah, if anybody had issues with me, they themselves had issues, man. Anyway, more or less, sounds defiant, but hey, it's probably true, more or less. I mean, I was a well-behaved boy. I wasn't perfect. I was about as perfect as you could probably want to have for any teacher in public schools. That just loved having me in their class. It didn't mean I was like a perfect person spiritually. At least I was very well-behaved. And I was also, truthfully, something my parents really were big on too. So you guys have no idea, man. But it's probably the right way of being. But no, I mean, like, seriously, as you guys have probably noticed, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I've grown up LDS Mormon. It's pretty strict, pretty darn strict, conservative. Jeez. Like, man. Anyway. Of course, this was, don't get me wrong, mentioning all this stuff. I'm not saying there are still places and cultures and whatever where parents still like get their belt out and, you know. That was not my parents at all. Don't get me wrong, that's not my parents. My parents were very kind, very sensitive to my needs, all that stuff. You know, but this was still, the 80s was still the era where you had parents that would discipline their kids via spanking. So that happened on occasion, sure. But this is how I grew up, man. Folks, this is how I grew up. You can never take out of the equation how you grew up as far as your character. You can try, but you're always going to have some part of your parents in you, hopefully for the better, and hopefully it's something that you come to love, or you come to, if you hate your parents, you come to forgive them, or you can, you know. Sorry, it's just sometimes it's very hard to see where I'm at in my video. I just want to make sure I'm doing fine. I think I'm doing fine. I'm going to wrap this video here in a second. I'm making that second one here in just a sec. Catch you guys later. Take care.